to win anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Welcome to the bottom line. If you guys notice, we got some stuff up on the board here that's going kind of crazy. So I need you guys to see, because it's early Sunday morning. Whoever's up with me right now, we rocking. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Bugatti NYC. Yeah, tap in for the tap in. And like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Go on over to the website, www.drinkbigdrip.com. Get yourself some merch. Holla at your boy. Let me get to the titles real quick over here. What we got? All HE double hockey sticks will break out. Trump threatens Hamas with a deadline for the hostages. Basically, that he's told Hamas, if those hostages are not home by the time I get in office, as a matter of fact, before I get in office, as a matter of fact, they shouldn't have been taken in the first place. All hell is going to break out. And then one of the reporters was like, what does that mean? He said, you don't know what the definition of that means? Think about it. Then we also got Operation Frostbite. That's going down in Sacramento, where the retailers are now fighting back, and a lot of people that think that they can just go in retail stores and steal stuff, it's not the case anymore. They're giving y'all them silver bracelets. You gotta go in the car and take that ride. Y'all know the ride I'm talking about, the bumpy one. The one that you gotta take to go to court and explain yourself, Your Honor. Also, we got information from the incoming border czar, Tom Holman, who says deportations will include workplace roundups. So yes, you see this guy right there with his construction outfit and everything? Got them two guys up there walking with him, starting to take people in. People are gonna get arrested. They're doing it at the workplace. So without any further ado, let's get into it.
If those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas.
And guess what? Hamas has now responded. What do you think that they said? Were they happy with this? Were they fearful with this? Did they have anything to say? They did. And you'll be surprised by their response, actually.
And it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to.
Basically, Hamas has responded to the U.S. president-elect's statement on the Gaza situation. Trump, on January 7th, issued a public warning to Hamas to release hostages held in Gaza. Trump made the comments while addressing a press conference in Florida, U.S., at Mar-a-Lago. Subsequently, Hamas official has responded from Algeria. What did he say? I think the U.S. president must make more disciplined and diplomatic statements. He also said that Israel is to blame for the undermining all efforts to reach a deal. Hamas wants a complete end to the Israeli aggression and full withdrawal from the lands the occupation Israel invaded. That's what he's saying. Along with Trump, his Mideast envoy Steve Witkoff also commented on the Gaza war. He's basically negotiating right now to try to get them back.
Dangerous job, too, and we appreciate it. He didn't know about this kind of danger and the other deal making he does. Now he sees a lot of big danger. Come on up, Steve.
Mr. President, can I ask you the second part of that?
Yeah, just 1 second, Steve. I'm going to give you a little report on the hostages, if I can, Steve.
Well, I think we're making a lot of progress, and I don't want to say too much because I think they're doing a really good job back in Doha. I'm leaving tomorrow back to go to Doha. But I think that we've had some really great progress, and I'm really hopeful that by the inaugural, we'll have some good things to announce on behalf of the president. I actually believe that we're working in tandem in a really good way, but it's the president, his reputation, the things that he has said that are driving this negotiation, and so hopefully it'll all work out and we'll save some lives. I believe we've been on the verge of it. I don't want to discuss sort of what's delayed it. There's no point to be negative in any way, but I think it's the president, his stature, what he said he expects, the red lines he's put out there. That's driving this negotiation.
Because it seems as if the other president, who we actually have in house right now, he's asleep at the wheel, and that's why all of this stuff is happening in the first place. What do you guys think? You agree with me or not?
I'm going back probably either this evening or tomorrow night.
Are you confident there'll be a deal before January 20th, or is that something that's likely to happen? If there's a deal even at all, we've been hearing this now for the better part of.
I know. I would say.
It better be.
Right. I would say that the president is exasperated.
Did you guys hear what Trump just said up under his breath? It better be.
I don't want to talk for him, but look, I don't know anyone who delegates better than President Trump. He gives us a lot of authority to speak on his behalf, and he exhorts us to speak emphatically. And emphatically means you better do this, because the alternative.
Do you think they're waiting for President Trump to take office?
No, I think they heard him loud and clear. Better get done by the inaugural.
But when you say all hell will be paid, all hell must be paid, so they don't release the
You know what that
hostages.
means, don't you? What, do I have to define it for you? Look, all
No, I
hell
think
will
I
break
can
out.
telegraph.
If those hostages aren't back, I don't want to hurt your negotiation. If they're not back by the time I get into office, all hell will break out in the Middle East. And it will not be good for Hamas, and it will not be good, frankly, for anyone. All hell will break out. I don't have to say anymore, but that's what it is. And
So you guys know what that means. He's already told other leaders who've had, like, at war with us in different situations. He's shown them their pictures of their own homes. And again, I don't know if you guys notice, everybody talking about they didn't want to negotiate with Trump, right? From Mexico to all of these people, when it comes down to John Deere and all of these people. But something about once you come in power, they seem to change their tune, don't you? Don't you notice that? They change their tune. Even Hamas has changed their tune. Like they just said, oh, we're not the ones that's doing this. It's them. If we can stop, we don't have to do none of it. Trying to act like we didn't do nothing. Just like when the kids are fighting and one of them say, it wasn't me, it was him. Exactly. Same thing, but we're too smart. We're too informed, and we know what's going on. Oh boy, what else we got going on here? We got total incompetence going on in California still with Gavin Newsom. I don't know what you guys feel about this situation, but for as long as these fires have been going on, I got to tell you that I think this is ridiculous. It's truly ridiculous. Still going on right now. And it's just what everyone is basically calling it is total incompetence. Check this out.
A new piece titled Paradise Lost. The burning of LA is not just a natural disaster, it's a man-made catastrophe. As we look at these extraordinary images in Granada Hills, California, Barry Weiss is founder and editor of the Free Press, and she joins me now. Barry, it's great to have you with us on set. Obviously, this is a story that raises so many of the questions that William just addressed and that you all speak about in your editorial today.
Right. I mean, no governor or mayor can prevent 100-mile-an-hour winds. No governor or mayor can prevent Santa Ana winds. This is part of LA, right? LA, and you could argue that LA is paradise, but built to burn. I mean, it's extraordinarily dry. There's tons of brush. There's lots of environmental factors that we can get into. But the reality, and I have lived in Los Angeles for the past 4 years of my life, the reality, as anyone there will tell you, it does not matter if you identify as a Democrat, or Republican, or an independent, is Los Angeles is being governed, and the state of California is being governed by people who have lost sight of the basics of governing. They have lost sight of the idea that we pay you a tax so that you take care of basics for us.
Not only that, but I'm tired of everybody after something's going on and you're supposed to be in control of it. You're just coming out waving your hands talking about, oh, well, this is what we got to do. We need to do this. You guys knew for many years what you should have done, and you should have got that water going in sort of a canal way to be able to deal with this situation. How come ATF, which is what we call it here at the bottom line, after the fact, they're fixing this? We need to start being more preventive. Don't let it happen. Crime, stop it before it happens. Stuff like this, don't let it happen. We don't need the catastrophe stories. We need answers. We're tired of the issues. We need answers at this point.
And nothing could be more basic than preventing the burning down of, as you just said in your introduction, an area twice the size of Manhattan, right? It's hard to conceive of how big this is. I woke up to text messages. Almost everyone we know has evacuated their home. We know people that have lost their homes. And the reason that there's so little trust, and the reason that you saw in that clip, that mother confronting Governor Newsom with such rage, is because there's so much that led up to this moment. There was, just to choose one example, in our neighborhood, a middle-class neighborhood in LA, not particularly fancy, the police, if you called them for a robbery, and there were many, many robberies in our neighborhood, they would take an hour, sometimes 2 hours to show up. It had become almost like Brazil. It had become normal for middle-class people, upper middle-class people, to pay for private security, despite the fact that they were paying enormously high taxes already. So
this is, again, what I'm saying. No police. I don't know what's going on in LA, but I could tell you right now, there's no police. And if there's no police, when the cat's away, the mice will play. That has to do with what she's talking about on the robbery aspect of what she's saying. But of course, if there's nobody there to secure what's going on, it's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. Gerald B, what's up, Unc? Whose uncle is this? I'm Kafra Gavon. I mean, a lot of people uncle. Thank you. What's up? Wayne, what's up? Really? Welcome to the land of, I got bad eyes, I'm sorry, Democrats. Welcome to the land of Democrats. Woo, that was a tough one there. Do me a favor, you guys, if y'all appreciate the content, we want everybody else to know. I appreciate the 6 people that put the likes up, not asking for no bread, but can you double tap the screen for me? Let's get over double digits to let everybody know that we're here. We got a lot more stories to go. We're still going to be here, but I do want the algorithm to know that I'm working at 6 o'clock in the morning. Again, not asking for no bread, but double tap. Also, understand that I'm my own moderator. I might miss it right now, but if you say something slick that's too crazy, I will get you out of here. You can have your opinion. You can joke on my head. You can joke on anything you want. You can say certain stuff. But once you start going out of hand, I'm going to get you up out of here. Thank you guys for the double taps. Once I stop the screen again, I'm going to look at the numbers. So do me a favor, just because I'm not looking, please keep on liking. I really would appreciate this. Thank you.
So was it the fact that the city cut the spending in the fire department by 17 million? Was it the fact that they were spending more on homelessness initiatives than on preventing fire? Was it look, I don't know. What I know is that the broader context in which this fire is happening is a context of total incompetency and leaders who are putting niche luxury issues, ideological issues, over and above the most fundamental things, keeping you and your family safe from crime, keeping you and your family safe from fires.
That's the job.
That's it.
That is the job. The job, when you think about the president's oath of office, it's, it starts with national security, with keeping, and so at the local level, that is exactly what it is too. And I'm curious what you think about the larger movement that we see post-election. And I look at Gavin Newsom there, and the brilliant piece by the editors of Free Press, which should be a daily read for all of us, talks about Rudy Giuliani. Now, he couldn't prevent the buildings from falling down, but what did he do afterwards?
He stepped up.
You talk about the Santa Ana winds. You can't stop 100-mile-an-hour winds, but you know that they're there and likely to come in this environment. They're not, this isn't an unprecedented situation.
But instead, they wanted to save a fish. They wanted to save a fish instead of worrying about the people and the land and everything that's there. And I got to just tell you, I agree with them. Total incompetence. Total incompetence. We also got situations going on in New York City here where, let me just, it says the community is pleading with the NYPD task force to resort to, just watch this real quick.
More about New York City's crackdown to clean up Roosevelt Avenue in Queens. Officials have been going after brothels and unlicensed street vendors. And tonight,
so this is the perfect example of what I'm talking about, right? Roosevelt Avenue in Queens, overrun with P, prostitution, D, rugs, People going inside of Walgreens and all of the stores, buying, I mean, not stealing stuff, coming right onto the sidewalk and selling it to people that's walking by. So Roosevelt Avenue, this was going on for years and years with the migrants and different people that were doing this. They finally started to crack down. This is the perfect example of what can happen and what should be going on when criminals see that the police are there. They don't commit as much crime. I'm not going to say that they don't commit crimes, but they don't commit as much.
As Eyewitness News reporter Josh Heidegger found out, people in the neighborhood seem pretty happy with the progress.
Roosevelt Avenue was bustling this Friday night, and after dark in the center of Corona, families walked without fear. Businesses once again thriving. Gabriel Andrade owns a restaurant.
These last 2-3 months, I guess, they've been like doing a great job, like with the cops around. I'm very thankful for that because customers are coming back to our neighborhood. They feel safe now. I think whatever you're doing, just please keep doing it.
Today he was able to thank Mayor Adams personally after a nearly 3-month crackdown on a stretch notorious for prostitution and other crimes.
No one said it was going to happen overnight. But what we've seen is a significant change in a positive direction. Working with this administration has proven that when we get together and we look at what those problems are, we're going to solve them.
Proof that the neighborhoods really are reporting what's going on. People that are around are peed off. So all of these people that start saying stuff like, yo, stop snitching, don't be telling on people. Believe it or not, it's your parents that are actually telling. It's people that are actually in the neighborhood that are telling. Why? Because they're tired of the BS, tired of having to pay extra for the theft that's going on over there. Everything that's stolen over there has to be paid for over there. Same thing like they said when it came down to the real estate. You might not be paying as much, but trust me, someone else is paying for what you're getting. Just like all of the services that are being given to the immigrants. Are those monsters or politicians? I don't know, Mr. Tahoe. You tell me, man, because it's crazy out here, ain't it? Wayne Hitchcock, difference, right. I agree too. I really do agree. We got some other stuff going on. Well, let me tell you something. If you got any authority and you're like, have a GUN and you can carry it, don't do what the Wayne County Commissioner or the Parks Director did at a gas station. Because her and her husband kind of went off and she pulled out. And watch this. I don't know what she's thinking, that she's going to try to defend her husband by pulling out a weapon, but it wasn't really a good idea because what happened is she basically got herself in trouble and now her job is out of there. So yeah, we're going to see why the Wayne County Parks Director should have thought before she did what she did at this gas station. Check this out.
Because we argued. What were you arguing about?
And yeah, she got it out. And that clip right there, she got it out.
A violent fight on New Year's all over a can of pop. It turns out the woman that intervenes holding a gun is the director of Wayne County's Parks Division. She's now been suspended without pay and is facing charges after an incident at a Farmington Hills gas station. Fox 2's Dave Kinchin has a closer look.
What did I have to do with you? I did it. Okay, so what you get it for?
Explosive gas station security video showing Wayne County Parks Director Alicia Bradford and her husband Larry, armed with guns, pointed at a customer Larry had just gotten physical with.
Just hearing about it was really frightening.
It all went down at this BP gas station at Orchard Lake and 12 Mile in Farmington Hills over New Year's, beginning with an argument over a 10-cent bottle deposit charge on a can of Mountain Dew.
Okay, but it's $1.99. Right? They don't tax on pop.
Another customer pops in.
It's none of your business. Oh, you get the off. What you talking to? You.
And things pop off.
See, now this is the perfect example right here. I'm going to just stop it right here. I'm stopping it right here. You know why I'm stopping it right here? Because he didn't have to say nothing. He didn't have to mind their business. He could have let them have a little conversation and not got into it. This one right here that just got pushed back. Especially with the temperature and with the nature of what's going on nowadays. Mind your business, man. They're not getting physical. They just got a dispute going on. Let them talk it out. As far as getting involved and talking, now you escalate the situation so that something can possibly happen. Do me a favor, you guys. Like I said, we got a lot more content. Do me a favor, keep it going. We got about 30 likes up in here. If you guys like the content, I really would appreciate it. Over a pop. Wait a minute. La Pipa del Mone. He said over a pop. But yo, La Pipa, guess what? It started over a 10-cent deposit. He was complaining about 10 cents. You're going to escalate an argument. He said $1.99. He wanted to give him $2. He didn't want to give the guy $2.07, what the tax was. So it's even worse, the fact that he's complaining about 10-cent tax on a pop versus the pop. That's crazy. But one thing I got to say, though, OG, he handled him. I'm talking about one-handedly, like it was easy for him. Come on, y'all, let's get some more likes in here. We only got 30. We got 611 people in the building. It don't take but a minute to double tap and act crazy up in here. Pat, 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 pat. That's all you got to do in order to give a like. Everybody watching right now, on the count of 3, we're going to double tap the screen. 1, 2, 3. Come on now. There we go. Appreciate you guys. There we go. See that? Somebody said he put his 2 cents in over a 10-cent situation. Makes no sense.
The soda showdown continues for a few moments until...
Wait a minute. He was beating him up with that Mountain Dew, y'all. I got to show y'all that. And I know I might get in trouble, but whatever. Let's go. We got to be in depth over here. He handles him. The whole area gets wrecked. And he does it with just his left as he's holding the Mountain Dew in his right hand. To be honest with you, they didn't need no GUN. They had it handled already.
Get on your business, folks, and get the out, man. What you talking to? You!
And things pop off.
The
The soda showdown continues for a few moments until... Larry Bradford goes for a gun.
I should kill you. No, you shouldn't. I should blow your brains out, all right? Whatever. You shouldn't do that.
Then his wife, the Wayne County Parks boss...
Now that's the part that I don't like. Threatening that man while he got him down like that. Now you was handling up with the joint. Why you had to go get anything? You was doing your thing. Why is the one that's winning going to get the pow pow? Y'all agree with me? Come on. What are you doing that for? And then you want to be overly aggressive. Y'all know how people are. Sometimes when they get the upper hand, they want to keep on going. They want to beat you while you're down. That's what they like. That's what these people are doing.
Comes in with a gun, asking what happened.
I'll call the police. Go ahead and let camera. Larry, let me call the police. I'm going to stand up and look at your No, you're going to stay down there. You're going to stay down there. This is ridiculous. You're going to stay down there.
And who are you to tell somebody to stay down somewhere? Ooh. See, again, that's why I don't need to be law. I don't need to be able to govern anything. Because if I would have saw this video, she would have got in more trouble just for that part right there. Who are you to tell somebody to stay on the floor? You're no authority. As a matter of fact, why are you pulling out that pistol? Exactly why she got fired basically from her job.
Do you have anything to say about the altercation at the gas station, ma'am? We stopped by the Bradford home in Farmington Hills as a dog was brought inside. We understand you work for the taxpayers and they have questions. Is there anything you'd like to say, ma'am? No comment there. And taking a look at the severity of the incident, we wanted to try again to get their side of the story, this time speaking to a man through the doorbell system. Do you have anything you'd like to say about that altercation at the BP gas station?
Why would I want to do that?
Anything you'd like to say at all?
I said, well,
No.
He said, why would I want to do something like that? You got anything to say about the incident that happened at the BP gas station? Why would I want to do anything like that? And that sounds exactly like that man that was arguing. Yeah, sounds just like the man that was arguing right there, that had the issue with that other guy and basically had to fight. Oh man. Like I said, sometimes y'all, I soak it up and I try to. That's why I float with the stories. I don't just keep on coming with the crazy stuff and I have to be rounded with the stories. Not only that, because I want to trick you guys too. I want you to think that, oh, the stories is getting corny. Let me go somewhere else. And then next thing you know, boom, banger. And somebody else like, oh, you ain't see that thing that was on Bugatti View? No, I went off because it was talking about whatever. I do that because some of these stories still need you guys to see it. You still need to see what's going on, even if it's a minor thing. because it's important. Just like this situation I'm going to show you right now. Barbershop homicide suspect who's been held without bail. Tell me what you guys think about this.
31-year-old Diamond Brito of Canton is seen here, suited and shackled, arriving in Suffolk Superior Court for his murder arraignment. Brito allegedly shot 20-year-old Elijah Clooney of Dorchester in the back of the head September 2nd at exclusive Barbershop on Washington Street in Dorchester.
Constant crimes, constant young people because they don't understand or respect the value of life. Ghostface, a rapper from Wu-Tang, said, they don't understand the Bible. They don't know what God is. They don't know what souls are, because if they did, they wouldn't do a lot of things that they're doing. They wouldn't say a lot of the stuff that they're saying because you're bringing that evil element into your life. Even when they rap and they say certain things. Yes, I rap, but I don't curse and I don't have to say certain things because I have a vocabulary. And as you can notice, my voice is very deep and I know how to project, so I'm nasty with it. Go check out Old Lang Syne if you don't know what I'm talking about. We almost at 100,000 plays as of tomorrow. Let's keep on going. Again, I appreciate all the likes and all the love we're getting in here. Ain't nobody putting up no bread, get a cup of coffee, nothing like that, but it's all good because I'm gonna get my bread from YouTube. Love you guys and thank you.
You're not guilty. This morning, Clooney's grieving family filled the front row of the courtroom to see the accused killer.
He gets to call his mom. She gets all that. I have to go see him in a cemetery.
In addition to the murder of Elijah Clooney, another victim was shot and survived. The prosecution says the evidence includes Brito's palm print at the scene and cell tower data. And although the killer was masked, the prosecution says multiple videos show the vehicle he was driving to and from the scene, as well as his unmasked face in a South End apartment complex before the shooting.
And so still photos from that footage was shown to both a civilian witness known to the Commonwealth as well as to the federal probation officer for Mr. Brito, who was monitoring him in connection with a federal matter. Both of these individuals positively identified the individual in the footage stills as being Diamond Jose Brito.
The fact that they're showing those photographs in these sorts of cases leads me to believe that they may have certain identification issues.
How convinced are you that Diamond Brito is your son's killer?
I believe it 100%. The cops did a good job. They did what they had to do. There's so much evidence against them. I still don't even know why. I want to know why.
22 years old, man. Like, come on, man. Like, what could it have been that made it that important, that serious, that they had to take it to the extreme? Whatever happened to fighting? Anybody remember that? Anybody remember squaring up? Boop, boop, boop. You lose. You come back. You can fight another day. Call me what you want. Call me call me old. But that was my era. Yeah, Generation X, baby. We ain't know about none of this crap. That's why y'all see me still working analog, because everybody telling me, why don't you do StreamYard? Why don't you do? Actually, I like this because it's more personable and they can't act up because I'm in the scene. So I like doing it this way. So sometimes analog and us being from X Gen actually pays off, don't it? I bet you they don't mess. I bet you they don't mess with the X generation. I tell you that. I tell you that one thing. We got another situation called Operation Frostbite. Frostbite. This is going down in Sacramento County, where they're conducting those stings on people that think it's okay to steal. They going to jail now. They getting locked up and they ain't letting them out. They not letting them out. They getting locked up for trying to steal some stuff. Oh.
The Sacramento County Sheriff's Office conducted Operation Frostbite. It was a 4-day undercover enforcement targeting retail thieves. Fox 40 was the first station to be embedded with the detectives on Tuesday. Fox 40's Marina Shaddix joins us and shows us who got busted and what was stolen.
This is long overdue. Get him! Get him!
Getting several items kind of over her left arm.
Get him!
Just walk around looking.
We are on day one of Operation Frostbite. This is a retail theft blitz operation that's coming following the passage of Prop 36.
And that'll get us over the felony threshold for it.
Fox 40 had the opportunity to ride along with Sacramento County Sheriff's Detective Andy Cater as Operation Frostbite kicked off.
I'm going to put some handcuffs on you, okay?
You don't have to squeeze my hand.
Today, we've got 4 separate locations that are impacting, I believe, 10 different businesses.
And it didn't take long before the operation began paying off. Deputies arrested 2 people suspected of stealing thousands of dollars worth of baby formula.
After they determined that they had stolen the baby formula, they followed them out to the car. And inside the car, they found several $1,000s worth of formula from different retailers.
I don't know if you guys understand this right here, but the reason that they're doing the baby formula is it's really quick sale and it's a very high dollar value item. So people will spend a lot of money for baby formula because it's food. It's really not easily accessible. And if you can get baby formula cheaper, you can sell that anywhere, any part of the world. You can actually even bootleg it and sell it in other places. So it's very ingenious, and they're going for high price, menial price, like ticket value items that they can actually compile and sell. So when you're walking by those tables in certain neighborhoods and you see the lotions and you see the baby formula and all of that stuff, that's where this stuff is coming from. And believe it or not, a lot of these people right here, these who I'm looking at, this look like American citizen. But when it happens to the immigrants and the migrants, they basically send that money back to the cartels because, like I was telling you, they got to pay the cartels to keep them off of the family members that are back home. So every time you give that little kid a piece of candy, $1 or $2 for that piece of candy, thank you for being sensitive in the heart, but you've just gave the cartel money.
And that's not all deputies discovered.
For this case specifically, these folks were in the process of stealing large quantities of baby formula. In addition to the baby formula that they stole, they also had indicia in the vehicle, which led us to believe that they're out conducting a fraud amongst the people of the city and county of Sacramento by having signs which indicate that they're raising money for someone's funeral. These are the folks that you see sitting out in front of Costco or sitting out in front of Target or Walmart that are trying to prey on the sympathies of folks for donations. But in reality, all they're doing is lining their pockets with your money.
With hope that the passage of Prop 36 will greatly reduce retail theft, investigators say this special enforcement will continue as long as thieves keep doing their work.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, thieves, it's going to always be, especially with the economy that we're in. You got a lot of people that are addicts out there. You don't get that much time. Well, before you didn't get that much time for committing crimes. But now they're not playing. And that's just the way that it should be, because you and I have to incur those extra fees. One day you go to buy a stick of deodorant and it's $2.99. 2 days later or a week later, now it's $6.99. Why? Because half of the box has been stolen. And now you got to make up for it as a customer. Can't fix systematic issues with police. You're right. But then again, if you can't fix systematic issues with police, but if criminals are committing crimes, those people need to go to jail. Ramen noodles went up 200%. Thank you. Goat milk for lactose intolerant at Walmart. Look at that. See, everybody knows what I'm talking about. Everybody here knows what I'm talking about, because those people in the comments are spending the money that we're the ones doing the hours to buy the food, to spend the money. And guess what? The money's not adding up anymore. It's not. So what we got going on now is, instead of us, hopefully, we're not going to be giving away all of our money to immigrants and illegals, because we got a situation coming on now with, what's his name? That's right, y'all. Tom Holman, the border czar. But he does say that there's going to be some workplace roundups. So guess what? A lot of people that's doing construction, working on these job sites, that don't have paperwork, they're coming. And they're going to be taking people off the job sites as well.
We'll take steps to secure the border.
President-elect Trump's incoming border czar Tom Holman tells us mass deportation will include workplace roundups.
Are we talking around Inauguration Day, even on Inauguration Day? I'm not going to forecast what we're doing and where we're doing it, but you can count on worksite enforcement coming back.
Will mass deportation hurt the economy?
I think mass deportation and results of mass deportation are more important to this country than anything. We're going to protect the national security of this country.
ICE agents have told us they prioritize arresting undocumented immigrants with criminal records. Critics have asked, what about undocumented family members?
Will there be collateral arrests? Yes. It's not okay to be in this country illegally.
He's also promising to close Panama's Darien Gap, which migrants cross on the way to the U.S.
We want to shut the Darien Gap down.
Would you work with the Panamanian government? Would you send the U.S. military to shut it down?
We're always going to work with the foreign government. But it needs to happen. We're going to save thousands of lives.
At a shelter in Tijuana, Mexico, we found worried migrants struggling to schedule initial asylum screenings on the Biden administration's phone app, an app that Holman now wants to eliminate.
Creating programs to allow thousands of people in this country a week that we don't properly vet and that we know don't qualify is not the answer.
Holman's also working on creating a hotline where Americans can report undocumented immigrants.
Let me ask you guys a question. What you think about this? What you think about this? I read the comments and I also respond to them. What you guys think about this right here? Do you think it's a little harsh? Do you think it's a little going a little extra when it comes down to the people that are already here, that are already working, and that are already being a positive influence on us? Because they're not committing crimes and stuff like that, you know, but they're here they're here illegally, but they're not like criminals. What do you guys feel about those people? Should they be given a fair chance to stay? Also, I want to know this. Many of them have already been determined that they've just been not given status and they wound up staying anyway. What do you think about those people if they're still able to stay here, work, and be productive, citizens? What do you guys think about that? Because I'm sure that you've ran across some people that you don't know that were undocumented, probably at a restaurant, doing construction, cleaning up, not a threat to society, actually adding value. What do you guys think about that? Also in the news, we got more, but this is a good one. Y'all remember that movie with Liam Neeson, Taken, when they took his daughter and he went all out and he said, I have a distinguished amount of skills and I will use them to find you. Well, we have a real life Taken situation. No casualties. Good story. Girl actually made it back home. I'm going to go ahead and mess up the whole good story ending. But I want you guys to know that this is a story that actually ends in a good way. Check this out. Real life Taken situation. When I saw this yesterday, I said, you know what? It's time to show people good stuff instead of, negativity all the time. So let me see if I can find this for you guys. No, it's not here anymore, top headline. Oh, there it is. Here we go.
Arrest has been made in the case of the missing 14-year-old that was found Friday. News 12's crime reporter Krista McNally has exclusive information about this case.
It was probably the most amazing feeling in the world to have her safe in my arms.
A relieved father recalls the moment he first saw his daughter after she was missing for nearly a month. 14-year-old Emma Ray Gervasi was discovered early Friday afternoon on a boat in Islip. Police confirmed an arrest was made in her case, but neither police nor the district attorney.
And if you saw Taken, the last scene, the daughter was on the boat. You guys remember that? Hey, what's up? What's up, Water Boy 69, Ms. Money, Mr. Good is in it. Wouldn't know about democracy. I live in America and we're not one. Hey, Wayne Hitchcock, DOK name calling is juvenile. Do me a favor, y'all. Get them likes up. I like it. You got too many people in here. We got over 800 people in here. We only got 100 and something likes. Come on, double tap the screen. I really appreciate it, you guys. Pap, double tap the screen. Let's get back to the real life taking. Check this out.
Attorney will confirm the name of the suspect. According to court documents we uncovered, 64-year-old Frances Buckheit was arrested Friday, the day Emma was only Friday afternoon on a boat in Islip. Police confirmed an arrest was made in her case, but neither police nor the district attorney will confirm the name of the suspect. According to court documents we uncovered, 64-year-old Frances Buckheit was arrested Friday, the day Emma was found, for allegedly abducting a girl and restraining her on his boat.
The word on the streets, from what I heard, is that he's in jail right now, looking at some felony charges. It is an active investigation.
Buckheit is facing kidnapping, endangering the welfare of a child, and other charges.
Him and the group of people that are involved with him all need to go away. There's no doubt about it.
The boat the 14-year-old was allegedly kept on was docked here outside of the Whitecap Fish Market in Islip. The boat named Phoenix was seen being impounded by Suffolk police on Saturday. Frank Gervasi says he found his daughter on the vessel thanks to an anonymous tip.
They called me and said, your daughter's on that boat.
Meantime, the court documents revealed that Buckheit allegedly restrained his victim on his boat, a place where she was unlikely to be found, and intentionally abused her. He is accused of these crimes between December 13th through January 3rd. Emma Ray left her home on December 9th and was found on the 3rd.
Now, I gotta keep it 100 now. Them pictures is type provocative. I don't know what she was doing on the internet, but 14 years old and doing certain stuff. And then, Dad, you got these crazy tats on your face. I'm not trying to call you out, but what you doing? And why is your daughter able to even be around, be outside or whatever like that? Don't sound like no abduction. Y'all don't got no other side of this story. So we would like to, I'm going to follow this story just to see what's going on here. But I don't know if you guys noticed. There was a couple of iffy situations I didn't like about these photos of this 14-year-old.
They called me and said, your daughter's on that boat.
Meantime, the court documents revealed that Buckheit allegedly restrained his victim on his boat, a place where she was unlikely to be found, and intentionally abused her. He is accused of these crimes between December 13th through January 3rd. Emma Ray left her home on December 9th.
Like this here? That's not a good picture. It's not a good photo for a 14-year-old. And instead of being ATF like the dad is after the fact, I'd be policing her social networks. I'll be paying attention to the photos that she's taking. And you're not putting up stuff like that. Get that lipstick off too. Call me what you want.
9th and was found on the 3rd.
What's this about? I understand the part about the horse, but what's the part about the jeans and bending over like that? Let's keep it 100. Let's call a spade a spade. Let's be real now. Somebody else saw these photos, started talking to her. Hey, let's go out. I got a boat. Yeah, let's really get to the bottom of it so it doesn't continue to happen.
Terrible thing. Terrible thing.
I have grandchildren. I am worried, sure.
Parents should be concerned everywhere, not just the Islip area. There's trafficking everywhere. All over the island, it's across the country. It's a big problem.
In Islip, Krista McNally, News 12 Long Island.
Thank you, Mother of Four, because sometimes I need validation and stamps from people like you because that's letting me know that I said something that made sense. And if I was wrong, get me, because I need to be corrected so that I can make sure that I'm giving the right type of information out. What do we got here? Deontay Flanagan, convicted of capital. Boom! This is the one that was convicted for strangling his own daughter. Had the nerve to try to come at the cameraman inside the courthouse. Don't like to keep on showing all of the stuff that's going on with our youth, but it is necessary. And it's female as well as male. We got the males going crazy and the certain ages from 14 to 24, all going crazy, winding up in the courthouses. And you got all the other cases where the women being abducted, being treated a certain way. We got to really hone in on family. And I'm sure that Mother of Four understands that it starts at home. Because if you pay attention to what's going on in the house, it can't happen outside. I know a friend of mine who don't even let her daughter, she didn't even let her daughter watch SpongeBob SquarePants because of certain things. It's up to you about what you show them and what your mission is overall. It's just like when you're raising an animal, a pit bull. If you're a mean person and you instill that in a dog, that's what the dog is going to portray. If you're a good, honest person and you're not like foul person, good, wholesome, care, respect, pride, that's what people around you and that you exude is going to come off to other people. And that's the bottom line. That's why I made the show. Bottom line. Check this out. Like I said, Deontay Flanagan, convicted of capital for the strangulation of his own daughter. This is somebody right here, basically shouldn't even be around no more. He should be out of there.
Tonight, justice for a little girl killed while her father led deputies on a 45-minute chase all across Harris County.
Now, she's such a beautiful little girl, too. I mean, like, when I saw this photo, it just, there's no excuse for this. There is no excuse, and I feel that there is no punishment that he shouldn't be given. Ultimate punishment.
Deontay Flanagan was convicted of capital murder today after family members say he strangled his daughter while on FaceTime with her mother and grandfather during a jealous rage. Matt Doherty was in the courtroom as the jury read the verdict, and tonight he has reaction from the little girl's mother and grandfather. Matt.
We saw the killer's rage on full display this afternoon outside of the courtroom in the hallway when he went after one of our photojournalists. Take a look. Luckily, photojournalist Mark Lawyer says he only jammed a finger during the defendant's outburst in the hallway of the courthouse this afternoon. Although Deontay Flanagan's ankles were shackled by leg irons, his hands were allowed to be free during the trial, so as not to prejudice the jury. Nonetheless, it took jurors less than 2 hours to convict Flanagan.
As to not prejudice the jury, he didn't have on handcuffs as to not to prejudice the jury. I'm just going to leave that right there, y'all.
Flanagan, finding him guilty of killing his 2-year-old daughter.
And I told him that he's going to spend the rest of his life in prison, which that's where he's going to be.
Curtis Watson says he always tried to give Flanagan the benefit of the doubt when he was dating his daughter, Kirsten. Later, the couple had a baby girl, Zavia. But the dad says the relationship wasn't working, and Flanagan told Watson he wanted to start seeing other women. Not long after that, Curtis Watson says Flanagan showed up and started going through his daughter's phone and became enraged when he learned she was talking to other men. On March 21st, 2023, Flanagan picked up 2-year-old Zavia from daycare, then went to the Walmart where Kirsten worked. He allegedly attacked her, took her phone, and sped off with their daughter. Later, Flanagan called Kirsten and Curtis Watson on FaceTime. The grandfather and mother of the girl watched in horror as Flanagan strangled Zavia right before their eyes, as police were chasing him.
Although her life is gone, she still lives on in us every day.
Kirsten Watson asked that we not show her face when she spoke with us about her daughter tonight.
She was my best friend, and not just my daughter. Her smile could light up anyone's darkest days.
Curtis Watson shared some of the victim impact statement he read to Flanagan after the verdict.
He rewarded us by hurting and killing my granddaughter, Sophia. He might have taken her last breath, but you cannot kill her spirit, her memory, or her name.
Tonight, a deputy brought Flanagan the change of clothes he'll be wearing from now on. Curtis Watson says Flanagan is pure evil, and he's grateful the man who killed his granddaughter is exactly where he's supposed to be.
Crazy, man. The youth, like I said, like our youth now, who raised you? Just like the comedian said, who raised you? Starts at home. It starts at home. Ridiculous. We got one more story here. Surveillance video shows a teenager, bang, bang, a store owner in broad daylight. I'm going to really have to go to this massage chair after this. I'm going to need to take a nice hot shower because, woo, I don't want to be doing this. This is new current information, not all politics, not all, fire and all of that. This is stuff that's going on around the world that I pooled because we need to know what's going on. And why are all of our children being the victims of all of this stuff? Because they're the weakest. We're supposed to be taking care of them. So right now we got this numbskull who wanted to do something in broad daylight to a mobile store owner in broad daylight. This man was 64 years old.
And for the teen accused of shooting a mobile store owner in broad daylight.
Santiago Bhutan was sentenced to 9 years in prison for the shooting of Grover Stewart that left him paralyzed from the waist down.
Ashlyn Mitchell was in the courtroom for this emotional sentencing, and Ashlyn, how does the victim's family feel about this ruling?
Well, Anise and Cameron, they tell me they were disappointed in that 9 years just isn't enough for what their father has suffered.
Grover Stewart sits in his wheelchair in a Mobile County courtroom, a bullet still lodged in his back.
He was left paralyzed from the waist down.
In September 2022, Stewart was at his business, Mother's Finest convenience store, when investigators say two teens, Jaluni Bradley and Santiago Bhutan, entered the store, demanded money, shot Stewart, and left the scene. Stewart's family says he spent months in the hospital.
Our father will, forever have to deal with his injuries from here on out.
Everybody has had to rearrange their lives, put things on hold, care for him, every day.
On Thursday, the judge sentenced Bhutan to serve 5 years in prison for assault and 4 years for robbery. Stewart's family, though, is disappointed by the ruling.
We don't feel like it was fair because of
the reason why they did this is because the man didn't perish, and the sad part about that is he's still alive, right? The guys would have probably got more time if the man passed, which sucks because it shouldn't be, again, ATF. It should be you do the crime, you do the time. But now, since the man didn't pass, we're going to give him 9 years. So in 9 years, do you guys think that this kid's going to get out stronger and smarter and thinking about not doing more stuff? That's the school he's going to be in for the next 9 years. You tell me.
The damage that it caused. He was a pillar of his community. He was doing everything in the community to help. He even helped the young men that came into the store. They mentioned that in court.
His granddaughter said to me last night that she know that her granddad's favorite sport was basketball and now she's playing basketball. And she said that her grandfather never get to play with her. And to only get 9 years with time served for that is ridiculous.
Surveillance video of the brash crime was played in court. You can see Bhutan and Bradley walking around for several minutes as if they were shopping. Then you see Bhutan briefly hide behind a door there before he pulls out a gun and shoots Stewart in the back. The boys then take off out of the store. Stewart's family choking back tears as the video was played.
He didn't deserve what happened to him at all. And he have to deal with this for the rest of his life.
14 years old. What you been doing with a GUN? And you're a punk too, because look how you did it in the back. And then for what? After the fact, when you already got the money. Again, just the youth nowadays, there's no limits to what they do and to what we can probably fall a victim to. Doesn't matter how smart you are. Doesn't matter how strong you are. We got to walk around now with our head on a swivel. And it's not even just in New York City and just LA. I do this and I bring information from all over. Boston, Sacramento, Ohio, different places. And it's all happening everywhere. So you can't just say it's happening in one place. But what we got to do and why we do the show is information, and then we figure out how we're going to move forward as human beings because we're smart. Does not matter if you're a Democrat. Does not matter if you're a Republican. We're human beings and we deserve to live a certain way, respectfully, in order to prosper and take care of our families. It's your boy BOOGOTTINYC, and like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Go over to the website. Go ahead and get some merch, nice t-shirts, big drip, 14%, nice drink we got. Can't promote it on YouTube, but it's all good. Go and check out, get some of the merch. Got some nice sweatshirts that'll be good for the winter time right now. Whatever you guys like. What I really would appreciate is if you like the content, you subscribe to the channel so that you can know that I'm on. And until tomorrow, like I always tell you, you could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. Get 'em! 1.